There was more drama at the 2025 MotoGP, and this time it wasn't just about the action on the track. After crashing at Turn 7 and failing to finish the British MotoGP, Pecco Bagnaia's future with Ducati has become a hot topic of discussion in the paddock. Will Pecco leave Ducati? Is Yamaha ready to welcome the two-time world champion? Let's discuss. The main British MotoGP race at Silverstone was chaotic and full of drama. An incident involving Marc Marquez forced the marshals to wave the red flag, temporarily stopping the race. The riders returned to the paddock to prepare for the restart. At that time, Pecco Bagnaia was in second place, comfortably following Fabio Quartararo in first. However, the Ducati team's crucial decision to change the rear tire turned out to be a disaster. I actually felt good with the first rear tire. The grip was good. But once the race stopped due to the red flag, we decided to change to a new rear tire. From that moment on, everything was chaotic. I was sliding everywhere, spinning non-stop. There was no traction, everyone was easily overtaking me, Pecco said with a disappointed and frustrated tone. The disaster culminated at Turn 7. There, he lost all grip on his Ducati GP25, lost complete control, and had to give up earlier than expected. His chances of defending the world title were further diminished, becoming increasingly difficult to reach. Instead of closing the gap in the standings, the race turned into a nightmare that shook the defending champion's confidence. Behind the scenes, the atmosphere in the Ducati garage was heating up. The arrival of Marc Marquez, who is currently leading the standings, was slowly but surely changing the internal dynamics of the Borgo Panigale factory team. Unlike when Pecco Bagnaia was paired with Jack Miller or Enea Bastianini, the team's attention is now divided. Marquez, an 8-time world champion with a wealth of experience, is a sponsor magnet who boosts Ducati's image in the public eye. He has also become the center of technical attention and motorcycle development. Meanwhile, Pecco, Gigi Dall'Igna's former golden boy and the technical genius behind Ducati's Revival, is starting to feel that his seat is slowly becoming cold. His status as defending champion no longer seems enough to guarantee a priority position on the team. Media attention, technical analysis, and development ideas are now more often directed at Marquez, the newcomer who performed brilliantly with the Desmosedici GP25 right off the bat. Complicating matters further, the GP25, which should be a reliable weapon, feels foreign to Pecco. Although the motorcycle is technically similar to last year's version, it behaves differently on the track. The setup that was once familiar now feels like an unsolved puzzle. The bike is similar to last year's, but it doesn't work the same way. They don't know why, Pecco complained in an interview with Crash. Whispers are starting to emerge in the paddock. Some say that Pecco is starting to feel frustrated because he no longer feels at the center of the Ducati project. Others claim that internal team relations are deteriorating as several key engineers now value Marquez's input more. Marquez is known for providing detailed technical feedback. Yamaha, a manufacturer that had previously been overshadowed by Ducati and KTM, is now showing signs of revival. Fabio Quartararo, the 2021 world champion, is slowly rediscovering his magic with the YZR M1, which is performing even better in the hands of Japanese engineers. However, there is another, much hotter story behind the scenes. Alex Rinz's future with the Yamaha factory team is reportedly uncertain beyond 2026. The question is Yamaha really considering Pecco Bagnaia? The answer is very possible. Yamaha is hungry for a big name, a new icon who can revive their blue glory. Who else could be more suitable than Pecco, the 2-time world champion and star of the VR46 Academy? Of course, this is not an easy step. Pecco is still under contract with Ducati until the end of 2026. The rider has emphasized on various occasions his commitment to respecting that contract. However, when it comes to MotoGP, everyone understands that a contract is not an unbreakable steel fortress. Behind every contract, there are negotiations, clauses, loopholes, and compensation. Most importantly, there is personal ambition. If that ambition burns brightly enough, it's possible that history will be rewritten. Pecco is not the only big name being discussed in the MotoGP transfer market, though. Jorge Martin, who just secured a seat at Aprilia until 2026, remains in the spotlight. Aprilia has acquired a big star, but other teams are monitoring Martin's development because, as usual, no one is truly safe in MotoGP. Pedro Acosta, the young KTM phenomenon, is reportedly growing frustrated with the situation within his team. Frustrated because he has not yet found a motorcycle that can reach his maximum potential, Acosta is reportedly eyeing a big opportunity: the Ducati seat. Enea Bastianini. His name has been on Pramac Yamaha's wish list for a long time. Rumors have grown louder after surprising news emerged. Toprak Razgatlioglu, the World Superbike WSBK champion who has been turning heads in the MotoGP paddock, is expected to be announced as Pramac Yamaha's new rider at the upcoming Italian Grand Prix GP series. Not hot enough. Check out the latest news from the KTM camp. They are reportedly reducing the number of motorcycles on the grid to 2 for next season. This surprising decision will certainly shake up the MotoGP team power map. With fewer orange motorcycles on the grid, there will be more empty slots for top riders to compete for, opening a new chapter in the fight for the hot seats that could change the balance of power in this championship. On the other hand, Yamaha is showing signs of a revival in the 2025 MotoGP season. After struggling for years to compete with Ducati's dominance, the Yamaha YZR M1 motorcycle is shining again on the track. Fabio Quartararo led the Iwata manufacturer to a podium finish at the Spanish Grand Prix and finished fourth in the French Grand Prix sprint race. These results signal that Yamaha is ready to compete at the front. What is the secret behind this revival? The key lies in the significant updates to the M1 engine. While remaining loyal to the inline-4 configuration, Yamaha has increased torque, acceleration in corners, and top speed. Interestingly, however, MotoGP observer Michael Laverty claims that Yamaha did not make radical changes that would sacrifice the typical character of its motorbike. Usually, a combination of changes like that makes the motorcycle more difficult to ride. But not this time. All Yamaha riders are happy, Laverty said in an interview with Crash on Saturday, May 24, 2025. Laverty spoke directly with Yamaha's technical director, Max Bartolini, who revealed the team's development strategy. The team's main focus is improving mechanical grip and perfecting the aerodynamic package, which includes a new fairing design with additional ventilation to make airflow more efficient. However, challenges remain. The inline-4 engine is known for its agility, but it is limited when competing with Ducati's V4 configuration, particularly regarding downforce on the straights. To address this, Yamaha has undergone a gradual evolutionary process, including changing the motorbike frame several times this season to find the right balance. In addition, Yamaha made changes to other components. They replaced the swing arm with a lighter aluminum version and removed the rear hugger to improve aerodynamic efficiency. They also added an infrared sensor to the rear tire to maximize performance and collect more detailed data. Every time they make a change, there is always an improvement in one area, but sometimes there is a negative impact in another area, Max said. One thing is becoming clearer by the day, though: the 2026 rider market is heating up. Will the world champion remain loyal to Ducati's red, or will he take a big step and wear Yamaha's blue and start a new, challenging adventure? Write your opinion below.